Okay guys, so today we're going to be installing the front support kit for my 2021 STi. This is a JDM OEM part. That's the part number. Here are the things that you get in the box. So here's like a bracket. These are the two, well, these are all the main pieces. Here we have these longer bolts. These are some shorter bolts. And then we have these hex bolts along with these spacers. There's two sets. These are thicker. These ones right here in the bottom. Then the ones right here, these are thinner. And then you get one washer. Okay. Then here are the JDM instructions. This is the only page that I think I'm going to be using because the other pages I can't read them, and this is the only one with a diagram and pictures. I'm going to be using this S209 front suspension service manual. It's like a manual for the S209, obviously. I highlighted all the pieces for the front support kit. The torque specs for everything seem to say T8 for everything, which comes out to being right here 60 Newton meters. So I'm gonna be going by this. Hopefully it works out. And yeah, I'll get back to you guys once I start taking things apart. See how this goes. So here we are underneath the car. I know it's kind of hard to see, but it's really tight under here. If you have the front flexible draw stiffeners, that's where the front bracket connects, okay? So I'm going to be installing this piece first. If we go a little bit forward from these two bolts, we see these two right here. Okay, there's the oil pan, by the way, for reference, and the filter, which I just changed earlier today. So it looks like we're going to be taking these two bolts off, and then this guy is going to be going above this piece right here and in between this piece right here. So again, this piece right here, it's gonna go in between this piece right here and then this piece. They're two pieces in case you can't see. And this, if I'm correct, this little STi logo is gonna be showing through here. So let me get that done. I'll be back. Quick check-in, guys. This is how I'm removing the bolts. I got my 14 millimeter ratchet under, and there's actually a nut up there. I got a 14 millimeter wrench to hold it steady. Be back. All right, guys. So I have the two bolts removed, right here and right here, but I have to separate this so that the piece can go in between right there, and it's pretty sturdy, so I can't move it. So I think I'm going to have to remove this bolt and this bolt and maybe that bolt. And then maybe these two bolts too. And then the same thing on this side. This bolt, and this bolt. And hopefully that'll let me wiggle it so that I can get the bracket in there. So I'm gonna start from this one and then work my way back on both sides until it can wiggle and I have enough space to put the piece in. I'll be back. Okay guys, I'm back. So again, we removed those 2 bolts. And then here I've loosened this bolt. And then these 2 bolts, if you can see, they're a little bit out. And it looks like I have enough. Can you guys see that? Let me see. I can open this gap up a little bit. Let me see. See? So I'm gonna slide the piece in. As I'm back again, I actually had to loosen these 2 bolts right here because I didn't have enough play. But now, you guys see, I have enough play to move the whole thing. And the reason I had to loosen these 2 bolts is because the piece, I thought it was gonna go in front of this bar, but it actually goes behind it. So, yeah, I'll get back to you guys right now with it in place. Okay guys, so here we are. So this is how you're gonna slide it in. Just right here. I already have it started, and you're just gonna slide it in. Right there. And the bolt holes line up on this side too. But yeah, so just put it in through this side, or the other side, I guess. Slide it in. And then I'm gonna tighten everything back up, and then hopefully I can install the other 2 pieces. Guys, I'm back. Sorry for the noise outside. It's in place. I just need to tighten all the bolts. 60 Newton meters, unless I say otherwise. I'm gonna check the instructions real quick. And if I don't say otherwise, then that means that I tighten them all to 60 Newton meters. There's the piece. Make sure you can stick your fingers in here and then push it that way, so that there's as much space as possible between this piece right here and the actual piece. So it's just, that's what I did, so it's not rubbing up against anything. So once again, I'm gonna tighten everything back up, and yeah. Oh, and one more thing. These 2 bolts, those are the only ones that had nuts on the other side behind them. This one, no nut. This one, no nut. This one, no nut. And these, no nuts. Okay? Alright guys, so I am back again. Sorry for the noise again. I actually made a mistake. So these 2 bolts, you're not supposed to use the old ones. So this is the old one. You're supposed to use, here we go, the new one, the new ones that come in the set. Out of the non-hex bolts that come with the front support kit, these are the shorter ones. So there's a long one, and there's a short one. And then there's the hex bolts. So again, we're using the short one. These are the 25 millimeters, by the way, and they're in the length. Sorry, and then use a 14 millimeter socket. So I'm gonna tighten them up, and then I'll get back to you guys. Guys, I'm sort of confused. I do know though that we need to take this bolt off, and then this bolt off, and then on the other side the same. It's this bolt and then that bolt. I'm not sure about the spacers though. That's what I'm confused about. Because in the JDM instructions, it says you only use the washer on the left-hand side, which would be this side. You would use it right here. I guess because you don't need the spacer, because you have this thing on this side only. Over here, it's just the bolt hole. So I guess you just need the washer. Okay. But in the pictures for the JDM instructions, this thing, this piece right here, is on the right-hand side. So I don't know if that's like a region thing, because overseas they drive on the right-hand side, and maybe that's why that's on that side, but I'll figure it out and see how it fits, okay? I'll be back. All right, and we're back again. Everything is installed, guys. So right here, you use the only remaining bolts that you have, remember, because right here, we use the short bolts. Right here, we use the long bolts. And then right here, we use the hex bolts on the inside. Outside long bolts. So the other side, hex bolt, long bolt. And then here's part that's a bit tricky. On the left hand side, well, first of all, you use the fat spacers on the outside on both sides. See that? Right there, fat spacers. On the inside, for the right hand side, you use the skinny spacer. And then on this side, because this bracket thing is right here, you just use the washer. And one thing that I'm still confused about, maybe I'm overthinking it, you have one skinny spacer left, which would go right here if that bracket wasn't there. Maybe that can be removed. I don't know. Actually don't know what that is. Comment down in the comments if you know what that is. And speaking of that, I also had another question for you guys that you might know. What is this thing right here? There's the oil filter. What's this thing right here? All this, what is this? There's this heat shield. What's under here? Because it's kind of rusted already. My car's not that old at all. So what is that? But yeah, sidetracked. Here we are. Everything's tightened down, 60 Newton meters. Cool. Now the only thing I have left is the front flexible draw stiffeners, which attach right here, from here to here, I believe. So see you guys soon. Thanks to J168 helping me out with the torque specs again. Again, I did 60 Newton meters on everything. If that's wrong, let me know down in the comments, okay? But for now, there it is. There's the right-hand side, left-hand side. There's this piece that goes from here to here. There it is. All right, guys, peace. Thank you. Hope this helps.